Today we're very glad to be
Yes,
chatting with Nick Roux, who will be on Jane by Design, airing January 3rd. How are you?
I am great. Enjoying my time off, definitely. But excited for January 3rd.
Same
And
up.
nervous at the same time.
And
I want
nervous at the
people to
same.
like the show.
Well, we've been seeing a lot of promo for it on the ABC Family 25 Days of Christmas. A lot of promos. So
Yes.
tell us, what's the show about? Fill us in.
Well, it's pretty much about this girl, Jane, who is not in the in crowd at high school, but she's really has a different sense of fashion. She's really into style, and she has a different sense of fashion that a lot of people would think is really cool, but the people at the school that she goes to is more preppy and not into the sort of chic style that she is. So she's kind of an outcast type thing, but she gets a job, the case of mistaken identity, at this high-end fashion house type thing, and she works for kind of a devil wears Prada boss lady type thing, where she's really her boss is mean, but she's really really good at what she does. She gets this job basically, like I said, it's a mistaken case of identity because they think that she's graduated from college and can speak all these languages and do all this stuff, but she's really still in high school, and that's where I come in as I play her best friend Billy, who's really smart and intellectual, and he's kind of an outcast by choice. And he fakes paperwork and IDs for her, so they really think that she is this, graduated college student, so she can actually get the job. And the whole premise of the show is her balancing, a full-time career with high school at the same time, with, finals and tests and whatever it might be. And that's where, I come in as her best friend because I'm the only one that really knows that she's living this double life. So I try and keep her out of trouble, but, I also get her into a lot of trouble too. So it's kind of, a balance between, us getting into trouble and then trying to find a way out of it without anybody finding out about the true secret double life.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Very nice. We can't wait for that. And there's
Yeah,
not,
it's fun.
yeah, there's not that many shows like that concept on TV right now, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, there is. That's what I was saying. Like the last show I think was like Ugly Betty or something
Yeah.
that took place within the fashion world. So I know girls for sure and moms and everything will love it just because of all the clothes that Jane gets to wear and all the designers and stuff in it. So I think that's one thing that's really appealing just to the whole general audience, just because there isn't a big show on right now about style and fashion.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And tell us your sense of fashion. What clothes do you like wearing?
Well, see, my sense of fashion is all over the place. I wear so many different types of things, but one of my favorite designers is Alexander McQueen. I have some Louis Vuitton stuff, Dolce and Gabbana. I wear all that stuff, but and then I shop at this one store off Melrose. It's called the Congregation of the Forgotten Saints, and it's this like crazy kind of like punk rock store that has just like leather and just kind of grungy clothes. So I do that sometimes. And in the show, my character Billy it dresses like a bit of a punk. He has earrings, just like I have earrings too, and he has a mohawk and stuff. So he's a little edgy. So I'd say my style is edgy and just something I like to do things different than anybody else. So even if people might not like it or whatever, as long as I think it's different, I like it. Like, I'm always changing my hair and random stuff like that just because I get bored and it's fun. So.
Well, we just saw your new hairstyle. Tell us about that. What inspired you to do that?
Well, actually, what inspired me, David Beckham is one of, like, my idols. Like, because my favorite sport is soccer. So, like, Cristiano Ronaldo and David Beckham, they're some of my idols. And David Beckham was always changing his hairstyle up. So, the hair that I have right now, the blonde, is kind of inspired by one of David Beckham's hairstyles, you could say. So, when I'm not working, I just like to change things up and keep the people guessing,
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Well, we like what you did with it, and then you also like adding a lot of colors, which is awesome because not that many people do that. So like you said, you're being original, yet standing out at the same time, but being Nick Roux.
Yeah, exactly. That's, it's definitely all Nick Roux because I get my ideas from a lot of places, but most people wouldn't do them. But I actually do it, especially when I'm not working. I have the freedom to do some cool things, and it's always fun just to switch things up, whether it be your hair or whatever clothes you decide to wear differently. But definitely just doing stuff to stand out and it's different. I'm a big fan of because there's so many different styles out there and trends, so it's kind of cool sometimes to try and make your own trend, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're on the right show, being a trendsetter, so.
Yeah, exactly.
What's a day like for you on the set?
Well, the pretty long days, usually, getting around to the set around like 5:30 in the morning, go into hair and makeup, do that whole thing. The mohawk sometimes takes some time, but it's usually pretty hectic days. TV shows are really really fast paced, and there's constantly new material being thrown at you, and you might think that you're doing this scene this way that you read it the night before, but they changed it that day, so you have to kind of really keep up pace and be ready for anything that they throw at you. But I like that because it makes it more fun and just more energetic. But yeah, definitely like 12 to 16 hour days, I'd say.
Wow.
A 12-hour day is a solid day. Not 16 hours. You're like, ooh, I need a lot of coffee right now.
Absolutely. And do you get a say on your hair? What style you're gonna have it, or your clothes?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I get a little say. My hair and my earrings, that was all me. The mohawk, they usually myself, my mohawk is a little more crazier and punk, edgy, and in the show it's a little bit more relaxed and not as crazy. So they kind of took my style and just shrunk it down a little bit for TV, so it's not as crazy, which is fine because a lot of people don't like the super crazy look that I do sometimes. But I'm definitely with the style. I get to choose a lot of my outfits and clothes, and our stylist is really, really good. And April Blair, the writer of the show, gives me a lot of freedom of picking what I want to look like and everything like that. So everything comes together really well, and I'm happy with all the stuff that I get to wear and whatnot.
Sweet. So what can we look out for? Like, do you have a favorite episode or scene we should look out for?
Yeah, I have a favorite episode. I believe it's episode 8. And it's this. There's a bar fight, and it's pretty exciting. So I'm not going to say anything much more, but there's a cool fight sequence coming up, and I think it's in episode 8, and that was my favorite episode, I think.
Okay, yeah, because the show didn't air, it's we're kind of just getting a vague feeling of what's going on, and it's like, I want to see it already. I want to know what's going on,
Yeah. Well, it just keeps getting better and better, and that's how it was when we were filming. I just would get the next episode and be reading it, and it'd crack me up. Like, I would just be laughing out loud, and I usually am not like that. So it's really cool to see. I'm just hoping that the actors do it justice by what it was on paper, because on paper the scripts were just hilarious and dramatic and so much fun. So I hope the actors portray what April Blair and Johnny Norris, the two main writers, wrote down, because it was awesome.
Right. Does the whole cast hang out on and off set?
Yeah, it's a pretty big cast. That's another thing that I think, and everybody is it's a very diverse cast. All the characters on the show, as well and in real life, are very different from each other, but we all come together on the show in a really interesting, spontaneous way. And so I think, people will, whoever you are, there'll be some character on the show that you can connect with. But we definitely, we have some parties and stuff that we always go together at each other's houses, and, whether we're hanging out at promotional stuff or just going out to dinner. So I'd say we're a pretty close cast. But there's a lot of people, so it's hard, with all of our schedules to actually have time to meet up, especially because I live in Orange County. I don't live in Los Angeles, so I only go there if I have to, because I like to, stay back here with all my good friends and family. So when we have the opportunity, though, we're always hanging out. I love everybody on the cast. They were all very fun to work with, so hopefully on screen it looks just as good as it was as much fun as I had filming it anyways.
Well, tell us, do you like seeing yourself on TV in the sense that are you intimidated to watch yourself, or do you kind of do you critique yourself?
I'd say I'm my own worst enemy. I'm really critical of myself, even when I am not watching myself on TV. But whenever I watch myself, I'm like, oh, geez, like, sometimes I enjoy it. I can watch, like it one or two times, but after that, I get sick of seeing myself on TV. Like with all the commercials and stuff now, my parents watching it, they're like, oh, we saw this. I'm like, oh gosh, I don't even want to see it right now. I've seen it so many times. But I like to watch it at least one or two times so I can see if I like how I acted everything out to better myself as an actor. Because if you don't watch it, you can't see what you did right or what you think you did wrong. So I definitely am very critical of myself when I watch it, but I get good stuff out of it. By seeing yourself on TV, it's kind of the only way to better yourself because you see exactly what you're doing. So I wouldn't say I enjoy it watching it with my family and friends, but I can't do it like by myself because I'll just go crazy.
Then I shouldn't tell you. Yeah, like you said, you're on every 5 minutes on our TV when we're watching Christmas movies. You're on.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was watching the Santa Claus, which is one of like my favorite holiday movies.
Yes.
And I kept seeing there's a few commercials for it. I'm just like, oh, I remember that day shooting that. But yeah, it's fun. It's always cool to see yourself and have something that you actually, a final product that you get something out of. We were working for so long to actually see it all come together is a nice feeling.
And then tell us about Lemonade Mouth 2. Are you excited for that to come out?
I'm very excited for Lemonade Mouth 2. The first one was so much fun, and I love all the cast. They're amazing. They're great people. But, we're all doing different things right now, so the main thing we're trying to do is just what's taking so long is for getting all of our schedules to line up so we can actually have, a few months to shoot the movie. But I'm definitely very excited to start filming it. I don't know when we're going to be doing it, but I just know that it's definitely in the works, and all depending on when all the actors' schedules can line up and they can get us in one place for a few months. But definitely excited for the second one.
Uh-huh. And would they shoot on location again, the same place that you guys did last time?
Well, we shot on location in Albuquerque and Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I think that's probably what we would do because that's where all the schools are that we had already done that, but in the stages. But you never know. I don't know where. I haven't even seen a script for the second one, so I don't know what the whole premise is or anything. They're kind of keeping it very secret and under wraps, So I'm just waiting for them to tell me when they want me to film it, pretty much, and give me a script. But once I know more, I will definitely tell you.
Awesome. So tell us, what do you want to see happen to Scott Pickett? What do you want to see?
What do I want to see happen to Scott Pickett? I'd like to meet my parents.
Okay.
I'd like to know what kind of where my family comes from type thing. But I would just say, if anything, I would just want him to maybe play some more soccer because he's a soccer star in the movie. But there's not really any. There's one little soccer scene, but he doesn't really play. So and I used to play soccer, so I'd like to see some more soccer in the game. The music's really fun, but I come from sports. That's my main thing is whatever it is. I've played every single sport, so I'd say that's one thing that I could add to the movie that would be fun and entertaining is some more soccer stuff. So I'd like to see that maybe.
Well, I'm trying to think how the last one ended, and you kind of left from Mudslide Crush, and you went into Lemonade Mouth and helped them out. So
yeah.
I'm trying to think, how they would do that.
I mean, obviously, I don't know exactly how they're doing the movie, but obviously continuing with Lemonade Mouth because I love Adam. Adam's my boy, and just rapping with him all the time is always fun, and seeing him do his thing. So it's definitely fun to perform with all them because they're so talented and they bring so much to the table. They're all triple threats. They sing, they dance, they act, they do everything. So. Yeah, definitely just performing more with all the cast that was in Lemonade Mouth would be just fun. We had so much fun filming the first one, so I can only imagine we'd have just as much fun filming the second.
Well, we love Lemonade Mouth. It's one of those movies you can watch over and over and you don't get sick of it, like, ever. Even the music, you don't get sick of it.
Well, that's good to hear. I like that. That's what a lot of people say. So I'm very happy that I got to be a part of that movie because I really think it has, a good support of fans, first of all, and then also just, what it portrays and everything. I think it really has a good mood for kids. That, it's not too cheesy or corny or over the top, but they can actually connect with it. So that's why I'm very proud to be a part of that movie.
Right. And tell us, what type of TV shows and movies are you watching nowadays?
All right, let's see. My favorite TV shows. I like The Vampire Diaries. Okay. I want to be a bad vampire, like guest star on it and be a bad vampire. I think that'd be very fun. I like The Mentalist as well. Simon Baker's the man. And then, let's see, Game of Thrones. I just started watching that on HBO. And that show's awesome. Really cool. And then, what movies have I seen? Drive.
Oh, Drive.
With Ryan Gosling. Great movie. He's a great actor. He's, one of my idols as well. Started off doing indies and stuff like that, and now he's a huge movie star, but just so much talent. So, say, a lot of movies with, I like, Ryan Gosling's good. Brad Pitt, all of his movies. Fight Club is like my favorite movie of all time. So, that's what I'll end it on.
Good choices, good choices. And then fill us in, what music are you listening to?
Right now, I listen to a lot of rap. And, sometimes rock. Like, my favorite, I love Blink-182. They're on my iPod a lot. But, I've always, Eminem is, like, my favorite rapper of all time. So, you can always count on me listening to Eminem. But, let's see, what songs have, this one song by the rapper Big Sean has been stuck in my head. It's, called So Much More. And that's a song that I connect with a lot, and it's a fun song, got a good beat and everything. So anything that's just catchy, you can count on me listening to it, especially when I'm at the gym. Gotta have some good pump up music, but Eminem's my favorite artist of all time.
Awesome. And tell us, what do you like to do when you're not acting?
When I'm not acting, mostly I love to hang out with my friends and family. I'm always at the gym, though, working out, doing all sorts of stuff with that, playing sports. Snowboarding is one of my favorite hobbies. When it's winter time, I go up to Utah, go up to a snowbird and hit the bird up pretty hard. So I love snowboarding. But, just really I enjoy spending time with my family and friends because I'm very close to all of them.
Oh, that sounds great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you have to fill us in on your Twitter now, which is @TheRealNickRoux. How do you like using Twitter?
Yes, I was on a boycott for Twitter for some time just because, technology is not really my style. But, it's a great thing to have. We need all the technology and everything, but I'd rather be outside doing sports, running around, or exercising than sitting on a computer type thing. So I just started going back on like 2 days ago, and I'm going to try and go on, a few times a week at least, if not every night. I'm going to try and, get on there as much as possible. But I don't want anyone to be mad if I'm not on there all the time. It's no offense to anybody. It's just technology isn't really my thing.
Yeah, and how about your lemon heads? How are they doing?
They're awesome. I love my lemon heads. They're awesome. Any fan of, Lemonade Mouth or Wizards of Waverly Place, Sweet Life on anything that I've done are my fans, and hopefully all the fans of Jane by Design, I just couldn't be more grateful for. And, they're the ones that are just, keep all the things going and is what gives me my work. So I love them very dearly, and I would do anything for my fans. And, I always try and be, whenever someone recognizes me or whatever it might be, I always try and be as cheery and happy is possible, even if I'm not in that mood. But, I know that, without their support, I'd be nothing. So my Lemonheads and all the fans of Nick Roux and all the shows or whatever I do, I couldn't, I love them so much. And without them, I'd be nothing. So thank you, fans.
And then we're going to go back to Twitter, and then we talked about Lemonheads. How about Jane by Design? Are you going to have a new name for them?
I don't know. I got to come up with something interesting, maybe.
The designers or the
designers or something, yeah, for sure. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's got to be something.
Designers, there's so many you could come up with. So I don't know. We'll see what the fans like. I'm sure they'll start coming up with some sort of names, and then I'll pick which one I support the most.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to see it on Twitter. That's exciting because the Lemonhead thing was like awesome, just awesome.
Yeah. It was cool. It was good. I thought it was fun. I had a lot of fun doing it.
And you're representing right now by wearing yellow.
Yep. I always got my yellow on. Do something, a yellow bandana, whatever it is. Always repping Lemonade Mouth. I try.
Very true. Very true. So now we're actually going to ask you a couple get-to-know-you questions. So First question is, who's your celebrity crush?
The celebrity crush, I'm going to have to go with Scarlett Johansson.
Okay. And
that's definitely my celebrity crush.
I think last time we talked with you, you mentioned Angelina Jolie. Is she one of your top favorites as well still?
No, yeah, I mean, Angelina Jolie is... Scarlett Johansson and Angelina Jolie are my, two favorites, definitely. But Scarlett Johansson is more in my league, I feel like, because she's a little younger than Angelina. But, I mean, I love Angelina Jolie. She's definitely she's been, one of my celebrity crushes my entire life.
Awesome. And how about a favorite fast food restaurant of yours?
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out Burger for sure. I'm definitely a frequent customer to In-N-Out.
Awesome. And then have you been to Chick-fil-A?
I've been to Chick-fil-A actually a few times. It's pretty good. I still prefer In-N-Out over it.
Yeah, we heard the lines are ridiculously crazy.
Oh, geez, I'm not a big fan of lines. Maybe I shouldn't check it out.
And then tell us what's on your Christmas wish list this year. Anything you want?
My Christmas wish list. I would say what I do want is one of those little, it's like you can control it with your iPad or iPhone. It's like a little, helicopter, airplane type hovercraft thing. They have sharper image and stuff.
Okay.
I'm always into toys. I still sometimes build Legos and stuff like that randomly just to if I'm stressed out I'll build a Lego or something or play with a remote controlled car that I have. I have a gas powered remote controlled car that's always fun. So definitely I saw it's pretty cool. You can play with it just on your iPad and there's a camera on it so you don't even need to see it. You can just control it right there. So I'd say that would be on my Christmas. I'm a big kid, I can't, what can I say? A little remote controlled airplane helicopter sounds like fun. So I'd say that's one of the top things on my list.
Why not? That's awesome. That sounds cool. Yeah. I want one. I'll add one to my Christmas list too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
And then, is there anything else you want to tell your fans?
Yeah, I just want to tell my fans thank you so much for all the support over these past few years, and I hope you guys check out Jane by Design, and I hope you love it, and if you don't, I want you to tell me what you don't like about it, and give me the best critique you can, so I can get better, and just tell me what you guys want, and I'll try and live up to your standards and expectations, but I appreciate all the love that you've given me, and I hope that you continue to watch my shows and movies.